Yeah, thank God, because I like Frenchie.
I don't like him this season.
Why, is he too gay for you?
Nah, not even just that. He's just like so moany and bitchy. Oh, I don't deserve to leave. I don't deserve. Made them happy.
Welcome back to the Blunt Lab. I am Homelander, joined by Mother's Milk, the Deep, and Kumiko. What's going on, guys?
What up?
Yes.
What they
We'll
do?
jump right into it. We're going to be talking about a few things today. First one, Supacell.
Into the future. That wasn't a dream. I can't let her die.
Well,
6 episodes on Netflix.
mm-hmm.
What did you guys think? Who shall I start with? Let's start with the disrespectful one, the Deep.
Listen, so here's the thing. I'm not going to have a whole lot to say on Supacell because, unfortunately, I had very little time and had to commit myself to one of our shows that we had scripted to watch. I chose incorrectly. I chose Station 11. We'll talk about that at some other point because I know that it'll be a follow-up episode. So I did not get in Supacell. Now, from what I've seen from the show, I am, I think I share the responsibility with Marcus as like the big comic book fans of the group and a little bit Al too. So I'm looking forward to it. I've heard really good things about it, and it's definitely a different take on that kind of genre. So I like the aspect of it. I like the fact that they're taking it with kind of a different look at it. So that being said, I'm looking forward to it, but I don't have a lot of personal on it yet.
I do like how they took a sickness that most Black folks have, which is sickle cell, turned it into a trait that was superhero-like. I'll go into saying that I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed their take on Black lives in the UK. Black Flash was hilarious. Maybe not as funny as White Flash, but he was pretty funny. If you're into the UK humor. Black Jean Grey, I'm just going to say she is fun.
Nope.
Really, really fun.
No lies detected. I get it.
I don't know what to call the other fella. My man who has like 3 or 4 powers. He can teleport, stop time.
The main
Michael?
guy? Michael?
Yeah, travel through. Yeah, Michael. Man,
Yeah.
I like his powers as well.
Yeah.
The strong dude. I mean, what Luke Cage. We got another Luke Cage. I don't know what else to call him.
Colossus maybe or something.
Yeah. He's strong as
Thought
hell.
that needed to be filled.
Felt
Black
like that
Flash.
was like an X-Men vibe to it. All
Yeah,
in all.
Honestly,
a
I got more
a little bit.
4 type of vibe about it. Or keeping it real.
So I'll start with you, Rick. What do you think of the show?
All right. So, big picture. Overall, a good show. Easy watch. You'll get into the story. I recommend anyone who even kind of likes this genre experience to watch it. 1, 2. You mentioned sort of Black culture in the UK is something that was really big to me. So I giggled because in the beginning, like when we were watching it in the beginning, I was kind of like, I couldn't take them serious. Like when they would like do the thug talk, like I can listen to like America people in the fucking hood and scare the shit out of me. I'm listening to these guys. I'm laughing my fucking ass off. Like, how can you take it serious? Like it's so proper. Like, you know what I'm saying,
You wouldn't
right?
stand a second, mate.
Are you alright, babe? Hey, listen, the name's Rodney, but you can call me Edson.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, all of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so that first, like, episode or 2, when you're still kind of getting built into the story and they're showing a lot of their kind of basic interactions before the powers are really affecting it all. Because by the end of it, by the time you get to, and this is just the season, I don't know if it's gotten signed for it, but it
I
definitely,
believe it has.
it definitely
It
set
does.
up where it's going next. Like, it literally takes the main character at the end of episode 6 It tells us exactly what's going to happen in season 2. He tells us, right? You know what I mean? So that said, I really liked the dialogue. You know what I mean? Like, it was it was definitely kind of a black cinema spin on superhuman strengths, similar to another one of our favorite shows, and we're going to talk about it again, The Boys, later. This is like real people with powers. Like, we're experiencing them finding out they even have powers. So it's not like this like established superhero type of personality, et cetera, et cetera. It's more of these like basic kids like living the UK life, realizing that they're gaining these powers, and they start to find out that there's a reason for it. And yes, the whole spin on it was like basically the people that had the powers was anyone with sickle cell, and who had those what those powers were kind of based on their take of it, kind of how these last few mutant superhero type storylines we're seeing are. I like that. It was a lot of fun. The storyline does have some holes in it that gets a little bit tricky to navigate around. I don't like some of. I don't know. I'm not anti-human, so a lot of what gets emphasized in the show is using the powers for the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You know what I mean? So some of that gets a little cringy as we get through it. Episode 4 and 5 were a little bit slower because I think it was trying to tie up the season. And it got a little bit cheesy when I don't know how much I'll spoil here, but the futures, you know what I'm saying when I say the futures, right? As the futures were starting to get more involved with the storyline, it started to get to be more of a superhero movie or superhero show. So I would, like, to give it a rating, I would probably give it like 2.5, 3 blunts now. Hopefully it packs on some more excitement, whatnot in the next season.
What about you, Marcus?
I liked it, man. I thought it was a good take on the superhero genre. As far as like it being a predominantly black cast and it being kind of like a cultural thing, even though it's the UK, it's still, people of color. I enjoyed that part of it. And like, I don't know, I feel like I took a few things away from it. Like Rick said, I don't know what to spoil or what not to spoil, but the people that they were watched it.
Yeah,
I mean, like the people they ended up fighting, and it's like, the people behind it using black people to take down other black people. It's like kind of like a trope throughout history, So I don't know. There's just little things like that I take away from it. But as far as the cast, don't know any of these people. Fans of all of them. Everybody did a good job. I'm excited about a second season, and we kind of know what the story is gonna go. Like Rick said, I will say though, I was heartbroken at the
kind of think
Yeah, I was heartbroken at the end of it.
Yeah,
like, the end of season 6 or the episode 6, like that. I kind of felt like it was gonna happen because of how they were talking about it, but then it actually did happen, and the way it happened, it's like, damn, dude. But my issue with him is like, in that situation, I would have told her off rip. Like once we established, like, that I have these powers, you see what's going on. This is what I saw. This is what I'm doing, and we're gonna have to figure it out. Because like keeping her out, like keeping her in the dark, it's like it lends itself to having different things happen. Just like old boy said, the butterfly effect. She might not die the day that you saw yourself in the future, but it might be sooner. It might be later. You know what I mean? Like, but not including her in it, it's like you're leaving it open to anything happening,
Yeah.
And I understand like his part of it too is like trying to protect her, and like, that's like, you saw how she reacted when he told her. Like, that's a horrifying thing for somebody to tell you. With that being said, it's like, you got to keep her in the loop though, because
and she even said it herself. She was like, I'm not even mad at you because I don't know that I could give somebody that kind of news.
Exactly. But like, that was my only thing. Like, I feel like everything else he did in the show was dope, and like, he's fucking great. But I feel like I would have told her like off rip, like, this is what's going on. This is what I saw, and now we got to figure it out.
Like,
and he should have told everybody. Like, he should have told everybody he was recruiting as well.
Yeah, because that's with how he was doing things. You know, of course, it's how it was written and how his character is supposed to play things out.
Yeah.
You know what's about to happen. You know what's going on. So his delivery when he was meeting everyone was just, I mean, like,
it's
dude,
like chaotic. It felt like really chaotic. I understand that because it's a tense thing. But
you know, you're finding out you have powers. You're finding out that, you know, hey, these things are about to happen. So you want to share it. You don't know how. So you know, again, his delivery with these things was just a little less. It was a little terrible. Could have been better.
Yeah.
But I knew. I mean, we all know. Every movie has told us. Every story has told us. No matter if a river's flowing in a direction, you can possibly change the flow a little bit, but you can never change its direction.
Yeah.
You can never force it to go the opposite.
You can divert things, but you can't turn it around.
No, that's what Bruce Lee was talking about. Be like water. You're going to have an easier time if you go along with it. You can go along with it. You can change it, but you'll never reverse it. So don't try to fight it.
So she's going to die. She's going to die. I mean, they showed it in Flash. I can't remember. But it was another one.
No like Doctor Strange and like when the What If
Doctor
episode.
Strange. Yes.
He was like, that's like an absolute point. And like, that's something that's going to happen regardless of how you try to dictate it. Like, that's like I can't remember what the words they said, but like, that's like a thing that's going to happen in any version of this. Like, that's always going to happen.
It's like a benchmark. Things have to revolve around that. Otherwise, it's going to completely tear it on the fabric of everything that is. Everything's
like, I knew it was coming, but it's still like, man, when it happened, I was like, fuck.
And I'm going to say this too, man. She was hard-headed. She was a little bit hard. Even though there was a lot of things he was doing wrong in that particular situation, she was also hard-headed.
Yeah.
Well,
like, look, if I'm telling you, go home. Like you already see what's going on. Right? You know what's popping. If I'm telling you to go home, why the fuck are you procrastinating? Why the fuck are you sticking around? I just told you died in my fucking vision, woman. So if I say take your ass home, take your ass home. You don't need to ask any more fucking questions. What more do you need to know? You're going to die.
Yeah. That's
no
true.
Girl with the sister. You know, black Jean Grey. With the whole four sisters.
Hey, she's cutie too, though.
Hey, she's fine as hell too. No question.
You saw there
she's a hard-headed, but she's a hard-headed hoe too.
Yeah,
you saw at the end of
hard-headed,
sitting in the cell, right?
Okay, look, domestic violence is nothing to joke about. You know, nothing to joke with. You know, it's a very
sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
Yes, you did.
That was terrible timing.
This dude whoops your ass constantly. Your sister has had your back from day one. She tells you to stay away from this dude. Your thing is, he gives you an expensive watch, and that makes it okay? I mean, really?
Yeah.
An expensive watch makes an ass whooping okay?
No.
I mean, you miss me. You miss me with that bullshit. You miss me with that bullshit. So her getting caught up and being in the situation that she's in, I don't feel bad about it. I feel bad for her sister having to go through all that shit to go get that dumbass. But I don't feel bad that she got caught up in that, because you would think you would learn your lesson. How many times do you need to get beat?
Yeah.
To understand. I mean, are you that stupid? Or is the dick that good?
Could have been that. We see him tapping her cheeks later on, so it could have been that.
The penis will
not only that, he not only did he clap the cheeks, smacks her on the mouth and takes the gift back.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's a piece of shit, bro. He was a piece of shit.
As a friend, as a relationship partner, he was a piece of shit, period. His power was interesting, but I wouldn't want to have to rely on that kind of a power. But I loved how he said that one line. He was like, when I was talking about Black Flash, he's like, oof, I can't wait to try that. And the way he killed people after he absorbed, when my man saw that vision, the way, boy.
They should have made sure he was about it.
And your boy from Deadpool. Yeah, the white dude from Deadpool. That was an abuser in Deadpool. Pretty much the same role in this movie.
That might be what he does. That might be what he does in real life.
Hey man, the clone department needs people like him to keep those clones in check.
Yeah, he's very believable. Very believable.
To see, I loved how they brought that gangster back. He was like, so what the boss say about it this time?
Yeah.
Speak to your stuff, buddy. You know? They brought him back only to tell him that you're a fucking failure and kill him again. I loved everything about that. I loved everything about that scene.
Yeah. And wasn't that old girl the one that's the boss? Wasn't that the one that's running the whole center?
Mike. Yeah, that was helping the whole sickle cell thing.
No. That was the reveal. That was the reveal at the end of the season / end of the episode there. It was revealed that she's the one pulling the strings on this side, not in the future. So in present day, she's the one pulling the strings. We have not met the ultimate string puller yet because it's somebody in the future. It's somebody who paid, Crazy and them guys to come back. Like I say, the futures. I was calling them the futures. And yeah, more or less like somebody there is pulling the strings. And I'm glad you did bring up, Marcus, real quick before we go off the subject. I'm glad you brought up Dee's ending there. It was definitely a butterfly effect thing because, the whole thing starts out with him dying or getting stabbed up. And he time travels against his own will. And that's when he figures out he can do it. Remember when I kind of said about the plot holes? One of the plot holes to me was this: you just fucking went back in time and saved everybody from fucking dying. Why can't you go back and save Dee? But whatever.
But did you notice he was trying? His eyes started flickering, and then he just ran over there because he figured, I think that's what it was. Is like he was trying to do it, but like you just said, I don't think he can control it.
He didn't get.
You see, but also you guys got to remember too. Every time they use their powers, it
weakens them. Yeah.
It drains them. Yeah, they got to build it.
Yeah. He's actually one of the few that can do what he does and not drain out as quickly as the others.
Yeah.
Because remember, there's more than one. The other ones haven't discovered their other powers yet.
Yeah.
Well, like later on, the Black Jean Grey learns how to fly. She, like Black Flash, shoots electricity. So later on, they discover all those later.
Yeah.
But like now, just using what they know now trains them. And he had already used, like when the gunshot happened and he was trying to get over there, he had already used his powers a few times. So he was a little drained of that, so he couldn't get to her at that time. Yeah. Now my thing is this: going back to why didn't he go back in time to stop it? How many times did White Flash do it?
Oh,
how many
the
times
Flash, you
know what I mean? No matter how many times they try to go back and stop it, they're always going to find a way, to die.
It's like an absolute point. Like it's like what Sean said, like a benchmark. Like that's going to happen regardless.
And he says, when they have that little meeting at the end, he was like, "I know I can't get her back. I know she's gone.
I know she's gone.
But this is what we need to do."
That shit was tough, bro. Well, it was tough.
It was like the show didn't, like most shows, like The Boys, certain scenes will bring tears to your eyes. Like that was the like it didn't happen, but that was the closest.
I almost started crying.
To coming to tears. When that was, cause again, I knew she was going to die. But and again, with the accents, of course, some of that stuff's going to come. Seem funny to us.
It's hard to take it serious sometimes.
I know. Because I try to listen to some of that UK gangster rap, and I'm like, I feel like Harry Spears on this about.
Well, and it's a lot different, but there is a
take it
culture
seriously.
There's a culture that's cool to explore, and like there's a couple other movies that were really cool. Like if you like that kind of subculture, as far as like over there. And like that break off kind of like the younger kids and stuff. Attack the Block was really good. Did you guys see Attack the Block?
Yeah.
I saw that.
It's like an alien invasion.
You
kind
like
of
to be disrespectful? My turn. That movie was a piece of shit.
Oh man, that movie was a classic. That movie was classic. But same idea. It's with the younger youth over there, kind of the urban culture as far as the youth over there, and it explores kind of that too. But again, I feel like it's good that it opens us up to be able to see that kind of culture over there because we don't know over here that it exists over there, but it's a real thing, and to see it, I think it's cool.
And just so you know, those black descendants over there are primarily Jamaican. So whenever you didn't hear the English accent, you were hearing the Jamaican accent.
Hey, what's the kid's name? The thug, the one that was on this Taser, something like that.
I couldn't even take that seriously.
He was hard headed. He was hard headed as shit too. Because he was, I don't know, man. It just pissed me off, bro. I mean, he finally got it at the end.
Yeah, once he found out about his mama, and learned the truth about his mom, that I figured that put him on the path.
Yeah,
on doing the right thing. Because, again, Mike was trying to let him know, it's like, hey, dude, you're on our side. I see this. But the way he was approaching these guys, like, dude, there's a different way you can approach these guys.
That's true.
Especially if you're approaching gangsters. They're not particularly, and that goes with gangsters anywhere. They're not particularly cool with strangers just rolling up on them willy-nilly. Talking about, hey, can we talk? Like, motherfucker, what the fuck we need to talk about?
Yeah.
There's just, but again, it worked out for him. For me, the show gets about 3.5 months for me. I'm excited about season 2.
That's where I would have it, 3.5.
3.5?
Yeah. It was a good show. I liked it.
And Sean, when you watch it, you let us know. Buddy, did his thing just freeze? He's frozen. MIB got him. All right. Moving on to the next topic. The Boys, episodes 6 and 7. I can't say it enough. The Boys always find a way to gross me out.
Yes.
In every single episode.
Yeah.
Yep.
20 minutes.
And I keep going back.
I think I know where you're going with it. I think I already know where you're going with it.
Yeah, and when it happened, Mother's Milk, I felt bad for you. I'm like, this motherfucker just squirted in your eye.
Oh yeah, man. That was so gross. So gross.
He was like, look.
What? It was like web fluid? Is that what that was like being called? Like, what the hell was it?
I mean, the way that he's getting it to come out of him is enough to tell you that it's fucking gross. It's bodily fluid. What does it matter? Snot, nut, spit.
And look, man. If I was a special agent, whatever the case may be, there are things they expect you to do undercover or on the streets. But I'm just going to let you know right now, man. I don't need information enough.
Can't do it.
To want to stick something in another man's ass while he squirts web fluid in my eye. I don't need that information. No, and no.
It was disgusting.
And again, these particular scenes, it's funny, these particular scenes, it always happens. I'm eating, and my wife is just walking into the room when these things happen. She's like, what the fuck are you watching?
What the fuck are you watching?
Like, my man is talking about, I'll boof it later. Oh, my God.
But even as gross as that was, though, Al, none of that compares to what happens to Huey on this.
Oh, God. I was going to get to that. Because, the boys find a way of making fun of, like, classic superheroes. Look at Homelander, Superman, blah, blah, blah. Now you have Web Weaver making fun of Spider-Man. Then you have Tech 9, a.k.a. Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bro.
And when Baldy comes down,
I want to feel your
teeth off
all around my wrist until you squirt all over.
Until you shit. She's like, until you shit.
Wow. And she rubbed that shit on his face, man.
After you know that dripping shit. You know what that reminded me of? That nasty shit Matt said in that.
Disclaimer, real quick: if it ain't dripping off your balls, you ain't getting it done.
Sounds to it. The way.
That was gnarly, bro.
We need a pause for a technical.
So Sean missed all the Web Weaver the web weaver squirting in people's face shit.
My phone's so hot.
No.
My phone's
So like
We'll have to revisit it though. Man, you can just browse.
Oh, we just not
for Huey. It started to get weird when my man brought the cake down. When my man brought the cake down, and he said, "I want you." Now, you know, sitting on it is one thing.
One thing,
And
yes.
my man, and my man choking himself out. That's one thing. Okay.
There's a
When he
lot of
goes-
one things.
But when he goes to, hey, I'm like, oh,
that was crazy.
Bro, shit got dark that episode.
He was just going with everything. Why was he just going with all this shit? Man, it was like, bro, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, TechNet could kill him. TechNet could kill him. He could probably those dudes upstairs to come down there and kill him. He was in a bad position. And he definitely didn't want him to think. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of like he should have known your cover is blowing. You're fucked. You're not going to get out of that.
What's nastier to you guys? Okay. What's nastier to you?
All of it.
Okay. Is it mother's milk, boofing drugs, and getting squirted in the eye by a web weaver? Or is it Huey getting a homegirl's cum wiped on his face after that nasty ass scene and all that disgusting shit that he said?
She's disturbing. That's what makes it worse. Like if it was anybody but her, maybe like with our life, even nowadays, okay. But Ashley,
she, yeah. I don't know, man. She wants to do something to A-Train. She wants to do something to A-Train.
I would take that situation with Huey over what happened to Milk, though, any day.
What?
I do like MM's response though, because Huey's really quick with the Purell. He's like, Purell is like, yeah.
He was like, there isn't enough.
Huey almost got like, listen, dude said everyone's holes are boring. I need to make one that I can fuck.
He said you need to make new ones.
Bro, Tech's weird. I'm saying Tech's wild.
I'm talking about
Tech was
old
wild.
girl. I'm talking about old girl rubbing on your face as opposed to when we were shooting cum in your face, essentially.
You picked the calm part of that scene, Al, like the shit and stuff. Like, no fucking way. I'll take a little bit of web in my face over some fucking...
All of it was just
the overarching.
I think I blacked out that episode. I don't remember most of it. Like, I came back and I was like, well, what the fuck?
That episode reminded me of Two Girls in the Cup.
Two Girls in the Cup.
Bad, man.
It was disgusting, but I couldn't take my eyes off it. It was like, I can't believe they're doing this.
I had no problem taking my eyes off of Two Girls in the Cup out.
The way they show his web hole, and then when Homelander shows up, and he's just squirting all over the place. Like
his last episode, I'm sorry, it's terrible,
bro.
They always go to. I did like that episode for one reason though. At the mansion, they finally give you what's her face Stage's the weakness. Like she has the one weakness, and they kind of talked about it before with the Deep, and they let you in on it. But yeah, she is completely done when she needs to be most useful. Like she is just drooling stupid.
Sage, as the details.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And I want to get into the Homelander and Firecracker.
Oh,
when Firecracker squirted in his, again, this is a scene that my wife wasn't watching the show, but literally just walks in when this is happening. She squirts in his face. His reaction.
He was so happy, bro, and excited.
At first, he was like,
yeah.
He laps it up. And then the way she's holding him, and my wife is like, what the fuck?
I thought he was going to
watch so long.
Yeah, he hasn't had like from the
poor
source,
guy
from the tap.
It's been a couple of years now since Mallory. So
he looked like he was going to faint. What's that shit hit him in the face?
He's so stoked. He's like, I mean, at least she's finally useful. That's cool.
You see how quick she had him wrapped around her finger.
Oh yeah.
Sage
made herself useful. She hasn't been to this point. She just gets her ass beat. She's basically fodder for the team. She's a joke. So at least she can do that.
Okay.
I didn't even see what's her power. It's stupider than Starlight's. It's like she just snaps her
It's
fingers and
just
it's a
like,
little.
yeah, that's all. We haven't even seen her really like utilize it. It's just like she'll snap her fingers and little sparks and shit.
It's her mouth.
I mean, her boobs look good in her outfit. I'll give you
Yeah.
that.
And she got that ad. She got that ad though too.
And I don't know if you guys remember her, but she was also on that show, The Father, with Kevin Bacon.
He mentioned. Sure, he meant.
She was a psychopath there. And for those of you who love this phenomenal movie series, she was also in Twilight for
Was she a vampire?
Blackout during those too.
You know what?
Well, no,
That
right
little
about
bit of
there.
silence. That little bit of silence was extremely disrespectful. So
That
fuck
little-
y'all.
Little bit of
Fuck
ass,
y'all.
bro.
Fuck
Those
y'all
little
for
bit-
judging me.
Look
Well,
at
no,
that,
you
bro.
did it
Hey,
to yourself. Listen,
talking
I
about
will
the
say though,
boys.
as far as dealing with powers though, y'all like fucking Black Noir's new power set? Like the new Black Noir is pretty tough,
It's a
dude.
beast. It's a
Like,
beast.
Yeah, you know,
he got tore up by a fucking chain gun for like a minute and barely got scratched. He got thrown out the window, but that's just mechanics. And no, he can fly. So I
Yes.
mean, like he's a
Essentially,
problem.
he's Homelander. Essentially, he's Homelander because
He's
the
gonna
original
be a
Black
problem.
Noir.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, he might be
he
a
was-
problem moving forward.
Oh yeah, because when he was like, "Yo, I can fly," and dude, how about the way Homelander ripped Webweaver?
That was insane.
Whoa,
That was insane.
Well, I love that it's their version of basically what is Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
too.
Yeah.
He's a doped up asshole Spider-Man that never got Mary Jane. So
Well, that's
the
what we
fact
talked
that
about
Spider-Man did
while
that
you
to-
were off.
Huh?
We that's the conversation we had while you were off.
and
Was the
Ted Nine
character-
and Ted Nine is Bruce Wayne.
Bruce
Well,
Well,
Wayne.
yeah,
whatever his name
exactly. Yeah, they have their parallels. And I like that Spider-Man just kind of came in. They gave him this bit part, and then he ripped his fucking Superman ripped Spider-Man. You're out. Get out of here.
But I mean, man, they couldn't have put his web hole somewhere else. I mean,
No. That was nasty, man. That was crazy.
You like it. So why you like it?
It's a bit necessary. I feel.
No, I mean,
But
like,
again,
the Homelander
again,
ripping him apart.
I know that Weaver is from the comics, so and I know that a lot of it, they're not trying to go exactly with the comics, but a lot of it's going to resemble, at least the worst part of the comics they're going to bring over to the show, if nothing else to effect. So
but every episode they find a way to gross me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
well,
very soft about that.
The sad part, the worst part about the episode was R.I.P. Ambrosius. I don't believe Ambrosius made it through this episode.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
either.
It's a crime of,
Indeed.
it's a
Oh, but
crime of
before
passion.
we move on, I did want to tell you, Sean, you were exactly right with Butch and Negan being
Bro. I like
Yeah,
what they did do. It was very Fight Club, but I kind of saw that coming. Like when he
Well,
started talking to himself, I was like, "Here it is, here it is."
I saw him being
I
a
felt so
psycho.
vindicated. I was like, "Mm-hmm."
I saw him being a psycho when he was talking to the ex-wife.
Yeah.
But it was. I was like, oh, I literally was like, damn, babe. I say, hey, babe, Sean was fucking right.
But I like the
Hey.
turn too. Like when dude yells at his wife and he's like, "Wait, you can fucking see her?" Like he's like, "How the fuck are you?" Okay,
Mhm.
yeah,
I
that
love
was
that
cool.
line.
When that scientist stabbed Kamiko in the leg,
What it
and
did,
and Frenchie
Fucking sick.
taking the leg off, like, is her leg gonna come back?
Yeah,
Like,
her
is her
leg
leg
should
gonna
come back.
It'll grow
She's
back,
thinking
right?
the same thing too.
She
At least
can
it happened to
regenerate.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
her leg
She
will come back.
regenerates and shit.
There wasn't
Okay.
a whole lot going on in this episode. I feel like this episode should have been called "Welcome Back, Frenchie."
Yeah, thank God, because I like Frenchie.
I don't like him
I
this
like-
season.
Why is he too gay for you?
Nah, not even just that. He's just like so moany and bitchy. Oh, I don't deserve to live. I don't deserve freedom and happiness. Like, shut up, bro. Like, get over yourself.
I'm with
How do I get over
Marcus.
it?
I'm with Marcus on this one.
I'm trying this. I don't know. Like, shut up, bro. We know everybody here done does some bad stuff. Get over it, bro.
Look,
Jeez
man,
Louise. This man
look.
crying every episode, bro. This last few that he hasn't been on, I love it.
Like, come on, man.
Look.
Just shut him.
Did you see him?
He stopped
he
using
gets,
drugs, man.
he gets on the screen. No,
It's
he's
what
been
you
doing
know
drugs
pulling
this
so
season.
much.
But he gets on the screen and he's automatically, I don't know. What am I to do? Shut up, bro. What are you doing? Come on, man. You're
They got
literally making the team weak right now. God damn, bro.
Look, you got to give the man a chance to feel, bro. He's feeling right
Nah,
now.
he been feeling too much. He could have felt one episode.
Yeah,
I give you one.
Yeah, I guess, but he's got some shit he needs to be doing right now, not getting in his emotions and stuff. And look me up, I cannot do it. Like, shut up.
I gave him Colin. Like when when Colin found out what happened with his family, I gave him that one. Okay, you get to moan and bitch this whole episode.
That's something you're like, I get that. All right, go, yeah. Pass.
Then that's it. You're done.
Back to work.
No more. Now you're feeling sorry for yourself, and that's different. Like you were feeling bad, dude.
Oh yeah, Kimiko even tries to help him. Like his one friend, she's like, "We can get through this," and he's like, "No, I cannot. I'm done. I'm done.
I don't deserve.
Shut the fuck.
I don't deserve happiness. I don't deserve to leave. I don't deserve to be free." Like, shut.
So how long do you think
bro.
he's gonna? Do you think he's gonna get cat marked up? Like, do you think they're gonna? You know what I mean? Like, or you think it's gonna be some loophole shit? He gets out and
I see him dying.
Ooh,
You know, I'll call it now. I see Frenchie dying.
Really?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that's the penance that he's looking for. At the end of the day, I think he might get that too. One thing I wanted to bring up, and I don't want to change the subject too much, but before we go off the topic, of the last 2 episodes, the entire best scene was when suddenly A-Train had to fucking rush MM to the fucking hospital, and the little kid was standing out there with his grandma, and the way that he looked at fucking A-Train, the way that A-Train looked at him. There's that redemption. I'm telling you, that shit.
I told you he's going to be the
That
hero.
was a beautiful scene.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful fucking scene.
And A-Train mentions it. He mentions it himself. He was like, dude, that happening right there. He's like, nobody was there.
I kind of wish he
was there.
hadn't mentioned it. I kind of wish it was never even spoke about because it was such a beautiful scene. But the fact that he kind of brought MM back with it is good, I guess.
Yeah.
I would rather. It's one of those things that I'd rather not have been brought up just because of the artistry of the moment. Like, it was so fucking gorgeous. Like, come on, don't bring it up to other people and drive.
I see that, but I see why he did it, and it
I
needed to be done.
I get
It needed to be done for MM to come.
Right.
You know,
Right.
to
For
come
that,
back.
I'll forgive it. But yeah, I was kind of like, I don't really want to hear about it. I liked seeing it more.
But yeah,
I like
so
this
he-
redemption. I like this redemption arc for him. Because he's
I
had
didn't want it, especially
close
since they built
calls.
it a couple of times. He kept dropping the ball. You're like, you fucking asshole. And then all of a sudden he gets another shot. You're like, come on, man. We're all pulling
gonna
for
be-
you, dude.
He's gonna be the hero, man. He's gonna be the hero. Frenchie's gonna die. What else?
Is Starlight gonna get her old face back?
Look, man, I can't say it enough. Like, dude, Starlight was absolutely beautiful in the first season. What she's done now,
Love her. Love her.
And dude, hey, speaking of Starlight, before we move on, how about her giving Hugh the best piece of booty he's gotten in a while, and it wasn't even Starlight.
Yeah, stop.
I like that she
Yeah.
made him wait years and years and years. She's like, I know you wanted to fuck Starlight for like 10 years now, Huey. I'm finally ready to let you have it. And he's kind of like, oh, okay, I guess.
She's somewhere hemmed up too. She's in trouble.
Oh,
She
shit.
put him to sleep. She put him
My
to
phone's
sleep.
I think my phone's gonna die. It's overheating. It's on fire.
No. Uh-oh.
If so, I'll be back. I'll get another 20 minutes. 10 minutes.
No diggity. So, Supacell, you will find on Netflix. It's only 6 episodes. Again, it's an easy watch. It gets 3.5 out of 5 points from me and Marcus. What did you give it, Rick? 3. Yes. I certainly recommend checking that out. The Boys, can't say it enough. Amazon Prime, phenomenal show.
Awesome
Check
show.
that out. I want to.
Gross, very gross, but awesome. Very
Bring your strong stomach.
5 dicks. 5 dicks for
And
grossness.
Al still hasn't figured it out. Don't eat during.
Yeah.
It's the only time that I have time to like watch these things and not be disturbed. So sometimes I'm like, you know what, I gotta prepare myself for the nastiness. Sometimes I forget, and then boom, it happens, and I'm like, there we go, there it is. Oh, we lost Sean. His phone is on fire. Ryan Garcia.
Uh-oh.
Let's touch on that a little bit.
Ryan.
So I'm not going to take the route. I'm not going to take the route some of these other folks are taking when it comes to him. I mean, we've all seen what Ryan Garcia has gone through. this past year, mentally.
Yeah.
I know. I'm not going to say I believe what he was saying. He truly believes. Even though he was drunk or what have you, you look at his past, that's not really something he was, I mean, like, it's fucked up. What he said was fucked up.
I mean, are you sure it was? I mean, they've been sabotaging him. It could very easily be.
Yeah. Because I mean, it goes
higher.
You know, I know we joke about it, but you know, sometimes it's not really a joke. You know, the clone thing or what have you. Because I mean, you got two Kanyes. You got big Kanye, little Kanye. Look at the crazy shit one Kanye says. Look at the other shit that he says. So you know, there's a back and forth with some of these things. So I'm just not really gonna believe that that's Ryan Garcia sending that whole heart. You know, even though it's being portrayed as himself. It's fucked up, you know, saying you're going to dig up a dude to beat him up and kill him again, and join the KKK or whatever the fuck else he was saying, you know. Just not good. Not good.
Yes.
He's been banned. Well, I think they were suspended for a year.
I thought he got banned for life.
Is it life?
Banned for life until he appeals it. You know, it could get overturned. They want him out of there. He's not on their.
Yeah, they want him out of there.
They found their way.
I mean, when you think about the shit that he was trying to expose, none of that was going to go unpunished.
Yeah, they
so,
want.
I don't want to dive too much into the shit. Again, this is, if you want to believe Ryan Garcia is a racist, you are entitled to believe it. You know, I'm just going to take I'm just going to say I don't believe it.
Not all videos real.
Yeah, you know, and you saw they were trying to get him out. Well, you know, with the steroids thing. I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah,
I get it.
My point. Once is one thing. Two is a coincidence. They are coming after him over and over and over and over. Regardless if you like his message, agree with it or don't, they are very clearly trying to blacklist him, or you know, however you want to word that or look at it. They're trying to get him out, get him to not have a platform now.
You know, if the man needs help, if he's able to get help, I hope he gets it. The guy needs a ton of support and prayers right now. So I hope he gets it. On to more entertaining things. Let's touch on this real quick, because then maybe we can finally review two shows real fast. Shame Sean is not going to be here for one. But Rick Ross getting beat down.
He's already trying to play it off too. Like he's trying to play it off as Larry.
It's not funny that he got beat up. You people should be ashamed of yourself.
The circumstances behind it, though. The circumstances behind the beating.
You said the same thing.
Let me get this straight. Hey, look, I don't support snitching. You know, no matter what. You know,
I don't support correction officers.
Yeah, you know.
It's fair.
Bad corrections officer. Bad correction.
Yeah, I mean, like, he was corrupt as fucking bringing drugs in and shit, supposedly, but I don't give a fuck. He's still a CO.
Yeah, you know. Some of the things Tekashi 6ix9ine did, you know,
well,
again.
I mean, they whatchamacallit, though, didn't they? Like, then one of them dudes, like, fuck his girl and...
Bro, it was...
Yeah, but here's the thing. You know, we'll touch on that just so we can move on to better things. Tekashi. Yeah, they fucked your girl.
Well,
you had a lot of information, right? You had a lot of information. Now, if you're truly angry that they fucked your girl and you're a real gangster, you move in silence and you kill the motherfuckers that fucked your girl, and you kill your girl for letting niggas fuck you, for letting niggas fuck you.
And that's how you know
it moving.
That's how you know this is all a show.
That's what I'm saying. He's not really about that action, though. I've always thought of him as like, that's like an act he's putting on. Like, I don't feel like he's really about that. So people are upset. No, I'm saying when people are upset with the snitching thing, and I'm just like, well, he's a civilian though. Like he's not a thug or a gangster. Like that code, I don't feel like applies to him. He's an actor.
He portrayed himself as one. I mean,
no, I feel you, but I just never looked at him and thought like, oh, he's on that level, like he's above that. Like, no, I think that's what he would do because he's not a thug. Yeah,
but he got beat up and he got beat up in his panties in the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? So
he did. Now Ross though. Why was Rick Ross playing? Why was he playing Not Like Us? Playing Not Like Us. Like, why was he in Canada playing it?
I thought that was in Miami. Wasn't that down south?
Nah, man, I think he was in Canada, man. He got beat up by Canadians.
Yeah.
He got beat up by Canadians, bro.
No, Rick Ross.
His record.
Yeah. Rick Ross.
That's not even his record.
That was I thought you were still talking about Tekashi. You know, the Tekashi thing happened in South Florida. Rick Ross got beat up there by what they call themselves Toronto Bullies or something.
Oh, really? So they politely whooped his ass, bro.
Yeah.
They had his ass whooped politely.
Yeah, more or less. They're called. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna look it up. Y'all keep talking.
The gentleman's beat down.
Oh yes. So look, we got 15 minutes, so I'm gonna take this time. You know, hey Rick Ross, I hope that beat down physically didn't hurt you too bad.
Yeah, get well soon, man. And don't do crazy stuff. Like,
don't be disrespectful.
That's not even your record.
Yeah,
they wouldn't have beat Kendrick up. I don't think Kendrick would have got beat up.
Oh, hell no.
It's not your record, man. That's weird. That's crazy.
Kendrick got soldiers everywhere. So, you know, I don't think he got beat up. I mean, you go to Canada to do that, really, dude?
That's crazy. That's another level of trolling too. Like, I get it. I'm here for it, but those are the consequences to your actions, though. There are definitely consequences to those actions. Hey, get well soon, Ross.
All right. So since we have a few minutes, what is it? Season 11?
Yes. Is it
of America?
11? Yeah, 10 or 11. Yeah.
I don't know what number it is.
What's in it? Delicate.
Yeah, delicate. Welcome back. MIB finally let you go, huh? We'll see how things go. But I'm glad you joined because we're going to be wrapping things up with American Horror Story and Station 11. So with American Horror Story, every season they tend to add a new star. They keep regular stars from previous seasons, and every now and again they'll add a new one. I enjoyed the addition of Lady Gaga. I like Lady Gaga. Kim Kardashian, I can't say it enough, is a no-talent ass clown. So...
See, I disagree. I thought she was perfectly fine. I don't think she was... No, I don't think she was what was wrong with this season. There was a lot wrong with this season. No. There was so much wrong with this season, and I feel like she was probably at the bottom of that list. Like, this story was stupid.
I agree.
I never read the book. I don't know. It felt like the Rosemary's Baby thing, and I know Delicate is a book that I don't even know if it's out yet. But
Tim, if you're watching, the way it was fans.
Like the way it was handled, I just felt like she was playing like a version of her mother to a degree, and I was like that.
And her mother's a no-talent ass clown too. So I mean,
but hey, she played it well then, because I don't know her personally. I'm just like that.
No, Chris is
whatever
the devil.
She did in there.
Chris is definitely part of the devil,
and she kind of was on this show. I was like, whatever she was supposed to be on this show, I felt like she did a good job at it.
Everything
I wasn't
on this
expecting
show,
nothing.
Everything on this show tails around the elite, the devil worshipping elite, the sacrificing elite. That's essentially what this show is based around. No matter what season, that's essentially what they're showing. And
they're putting it in your face.
Again, you know, Emma Roberts did her thing, regardless of how terrible the script, the story. I mean, everything about this was bad.
Yeah.
But every time Kim Kardashian opened up her mouth, I just wanted to see Ray Rice throw this right hook.
That's crazy.
If that cancels me, whatever.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That is
that's crazy.
I had a saying for a while.
In this climate,
I mean, y'all seen that movie with Chris Rock, Head of State, where my man, you know, when Robin Givens shows up and, you know, he calls security and boom. Every time Kim Kardashian popped up, I just wanted to see Ray Rice pop up. And
I thought she was all right, man. The show itself sucked.
I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna say I think it's her booty talking to you and not her talent. All right.
Nah, you know what?
They didn't really show it. You could say she's not all right. She'll never watch this. She's
no, I'm saying. No, that's what I mean.
Yeah. She's too big time to find out that you said you told her.
No, that's probably not on Austin.
She'll never.
No, And I'm not gonna do that because like she don't look the same as she did before. She's definitely done shit to herself. So they didn't like accentuate any of her body like that. I just felt like out of everybody on the show, like she did what I guess they asked her to do. Like I wasn't thinking, oh, she's the next Meryl Streep or some shit. I was just like, hey, she's Kim Kardashian. Like, what was she supposed to be?
She reads her lines like she's reading lines. That's the thing. She sounds so fucking fake. Like, you know, like y'all were making fun of the daughter.
I didn't get that from. I was saying I didn't get that from this show. Like maybe from other stuff she's done. I didn't get it from this show. But I was saying like, if you would have put a superstar in that role, would that have made this season better? That's my thinking. If you'd have put like Meryl Streep in this role,
they did. Like you put.
I don't think it would have, but she still was the worst part of this season.
Yeah, that's saying a lot. This whole story was the worst part of the season.
It was literally the equivalent of watching her daughter in that Lion King play.
Right. I think you might just hate that family. I'm just gonna be. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I think you just hate the whole family.
I mean, may God forgive me if I do, but you know. Now we got 10 more minutes left. All right, let's see. Station 11, HBO Max. Okay, so this is a series. It's post-apocalyptic. A flu, if you will.
This also wipes out most of you. This came out right after COVID, beginning of 21.
Yeah. Now I'm going to say this. I enjoyed the show for what it was. I appreciated what they were trying to do, essentially with you lose everything. You don't have TV. You don't really have power. You don't have entertainment. So you take old plays and essentially reenact them. So that's essentially your TV or your movies, because they were kind of like traveling around different circles doing this. I knew off rip that weirdo when he showed up was the kid that left.
Zip up.
Yeah. And my question with that is, with the Zippo, because it still worked when he was an adult. Not once did I ever see him put fluid in that bitch.
That's what I'm saying there. I mean, come on, man. Like, they can't find anything. It's post-apocalyptic. You can't find big razors for your armpits, but you can find a constant supply of Flint and fluid for the Zippo.
Yeah, you know, look. Yeah, because, I mean, shit, dude. All the hair ups.
Some hairy motherfuckers. Yeah. We talked about hairy motherfuckers on the show before, and there were some of the hairiest on this.
Yeah, man.
American werewolf in dystopia.
Piece on that. Look. This was a post-apocalyptic show that was not heavily accentuated into the violence. Okay, so you got to actually see another viewpoint of how things could sort of go in terms of how we recolonize ourselves and how we interact. And so, okay, call it boring. You know what I mean? Like it's basically The Walking Dead shot, filmed, and kind of like Follow House to Usher. But instead of there being like zombies involved, it focuses more on us rebuilding ourselves as a society. You know what I mean?
There is violence. Just not the kind of violence they show you where, you know,
it's not over the top. It's not emphasized on the violence. A lot of the things that we talk about on the show are more violent. You know what I mean? And this show is really not that violent.
And it also shows you how some of those powers just start off literally telling a fucking lie and taking control.
Yeah, changing what happened in history.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you know, American Horror Story gets 0 blunts out of 5 from me as far as season 11 goes.
Yeah,
and
me
Kardashian
too.
is trash. Station 11 gets about a 3 out of 5 blunts from me. I enjoyed the one actress. You would know her from the Terminator movie, where she was like the enhanced human protecting the little Spanish girl or whatever she was. I can't remember her name.
There's so many of them now.
Yeah,
they hard to get track.
They were. I don't know that there were many actors, like big name actors, in Station 11.
No, there wouldn't have been.
No, it was another one of those acting troops. Like you know what I mean? Where these guys all
I'm
work
sure they
together
called a
and
couple of them, but they were like, "No, thank you."
So what do you give it? What do you give it, Sean?
Me?
Yeah, he's got-
man, it's got to be on that scale. I would say maybe a 2. To me, listen, and it's not even so much that, like, I can deal with there being no violence, and if there's action, or if there's something to cling on to. But there was, for me, nothing. And granted, I didn't make it through the whole thing. I tried. I really did. I made it about halfway through that first season, and from the moment that Jeevan, the main guy that we're watching, the Indian guy at the beginning, he's great. He's awesome. I like the way that he kind of does his beat and starts getting into it. Once you kind of lose track of him, he's not there. And I know he kind of pops back up because the way the story goes. But there wasn't a single other person that showed up on screen during the course of that show that I gave 2 shits about. Nobody, not a single bit of it.
To that point, I was waiting for Jeevan to come back.
I kept hoping because nobody else was anything of substance. I was just like, oh my God, there's nobody that you care about. Nobody comes along. And again, like, there's just this, I was sitting there watching it, was grinding and grinding. I was like, man, I keep hoping this thing that they keep on finding that was awesome happens at some point, and it just didn't. Like, I'm still waiting for it. I'm hoping that maybe it's in the last half of the season.
Sorry.
So you said 2 out of 5 blunts, huh?
It's that, but yeah, that's being generous.
That's not too disrespectful. That's not too disrespectful.
Yeah, but again, being generous.
I give it 3 blunts, and if they come along with some more seasons to it, kind of like kind of like Supacell, I'm looking for it to make it better or possibly worse.
Are they going to bring back? Because I mean, I didn't mind the hippie take. I didn't mind the hippie take that they were trying to go with it, but yeah.
Well, I mean, look,
I don't see a need for a second season.
No, but I mean, like, in other words, my overall value on it could change based on anything else that may have come with it. It's there to keep going. Is it something that's like, oh God, I can't wait? Did they make a big cliffhanger? No, but at the end of the day, how much? I mean, there's a 20-year span that we've already dealt with. Using that same. It's kind of like how the comic lines are using the multiverse scenario. Like they could drop so much more info, so much more show on us just by simply expanding where all it looks at.
That's another part of my issue too. Like I know it happens a lot. It's kind of a trope in these movies, but I'd rather have where a movie explains through its plot line what's going on and how long things have taken. I don't need this like dumbing down the audience where they're like 20 years later, 10 years after that shit happened, 5 days to the, like, come on, man, like just tell it through the story. It's like when you drop a character in that first part of the movie and they find him wandering around a cave and they're like, what happened here, old man? He tells you everything that happened and he's like, well, back in 2000, and you're like, oh God. So you get the exposition drop right away without any kind of plot.
Oh, good. But hey, if I will say this, I'll save you guys some time. There's no need to watch Aquaman Part 2. That was a complete waste of time.
Of course.
I'll never get that time back.
Thanks for taking that on for us. You saved it. Not that you saved any of us.
I feel like any little bit of time that I have these past few weeks, I've been making poor choices. And
you just spoke
Aquaman Part 2 was an extremely poor choice.
That's on you.
Man. I mean, Part 1.
That's on you. All the information out there, that's what you showed.
The first one was good. This one, there was no need. And then, that one, I don't know that I could eat. I guess I'll give it 1.
In the first one, they rode on sharks and yelled at each other underwater, just to remind you.
Now, Godzilla, Empire, whatever, was him and King Kong teaming up.
I've heard it's fun.
You got
it's okay.
If you like that, it's okay. Like, Baz sat here the entire time we all watched it and was loving it, excited. Oh God, yeah, here comes, and here comes. He knew when the moth was coming. All of that shit, he loved it. So if you like that lore, you're gonna really enjoy it.
Kids are gonna love it. It's a great way to make money on cool looking toys.
Yeah, I mean, it was
-1 was better.
Oh, absolutely. As far as a movie, if you're looking for a Godzilla movie, that goes into the lore, it goes into the whole history of it, it goes in deep. This one is surface level and commercial as fuck, but it's going to sell toys. Cool looking toys.
Yeah. And there were funny parts to it.
when he did the Matrix, when King Kong did the Matrix.
It's exactly why I want shit like that.
Yeah, that's all the time we have, folks. Thank you for joining us this episode. If you guys are looking for any artwork, please check my nephew Nate out. His information is in our description box. Again, Supacell you'll find on Netflix, The Boys on Amazon, and pray for Ryan Garcia, and hopefully Rick Ross and get beat up too bad. So signing off, I'm Homelander, joined by my brothers, Mother's Milk, The Deep, and Kumiko.